Good afternoon once again. Today is Monday, the 29th of June, 2020, and this is the English language summary of the daily press briefing here at the Center for COVID Situation Administration, or CCSA. Just to start off first, to reiterate the direction granted by the Prime Minister that we will be working to move forward the nation in a nation-building program that is called the Ties Together Build Thailand, or รวมใจสร้างชาติ and he had invited all citizens of Thailand, everybody, to resolve to do their part, contribute their part, and be ready to contribute to this plan. So for today, this morning, we had the General CCSA meeting, wherein the Prime Minister was the chair as director of the CCSA. Two important results of the meeting. The first is about the emergency decree extension, and the second is about allowing more groups of foreign nationals to enter Thailand. So on the first issue, the extension of the emergency decree extended until the July the 31st, 2020, until the end of next month. So that has been agreed to, resolved in the CCSA meeting this morning. The main purpose of this extension is to integrate the nationwide effort in combating the pandemic and to enable the government to effectively and manage time in a timely manner the measures and respond to the changing circumstances, especially considering the last phase of the measures, or the so-called fifth phase, or the normal phase now that will be coming soon after the end of this month, July, which will also include, of course, the businesses and establishments deemed at high risk, relaxation of measures for them, as well as, of course, still considering the global situation of the pandemic. However, this will have to be presented to the cabinet meeting tomorrow. The emergency decree extension still has to be submitted to the cabinet for approval tomorrow on Tuesday. The second point is about allowing more foreign nationals into the country. The CCSA deliberated on this, the details of the draft relaxed measures when foreigners, bigger groups, more groups of foreigners are allowed to enter Thailand. This will include the expansion of the visitors types who can enter Thailand and the related health and safety measures as well. These six groups of foreigners will include the spouses and children of work permit holders, those who have residence in Thailand, permanent residence in Thailand, the spouse and children of Thai nationals, foreign spouse and children of Thai nationals, those needing medical attention, foreign students, as well as the special arrangements done through bilateral agreements, or the bubble, which will involve 4 countries and 1 territory, mostly short-term business visitors. So these 6 groups have been deliberated at the CCSA meeting, but however, of course, the implementation of the entry will still be discussed in practical terms, how that will be implemented. So these 6 groups will be the expansion of the already existing group that can apply. The already existing group that can apply, of course, are the work permit holders and the spouses of Thai nationals and those with urgent and humanitarian cases, as announced earlier. So these 6 groups will be working out on the exact details and procedure for these groups. The CCSA meeting also discussed about the immigrant workers, foreign immigrant workers entering Thailand, and of course that was also on the social media, and it was a question also addressed directly to the spokesperson just now as well, that there were reports of migrants entering Thailand illegally through land borders. Of course, the number is significant enough to warrant extra scrutiny from all relevant agencies, so we would have to ask everyone to report any activities, suspicious activities, to authorities in order to enforce the law in this regard. The Prime Minister, aside from chairing the CCSA General Meeting this morning, had some activities this morning before that as well, some events. The first is that the Prime Minister received some guests from the People's Republic of China, the embassy, China presenting medical equipment to Thailand. He received it from the Chargé d'Affaires of the Chinese embassy here, and both sides expressed the willingness to combine, integrate the efforts to in order to recover the post-COVID economy. And you have some images on screen of that presentation of medical equipment to Thailand this morning. Also, the Prime Minister also attended another event this morning. He presided over the ceremony providing assistance funding to medical staff, Thai medical staff, who were affected by the COVID, affected through their service in fighting against COVID. The fund is from donations through the Office of the Prime Minister, totaling around 3 million baht. Also present at the ceremony were the permanent secretaries of Public Health, the Director-General of the Department of Health Service Supports, and the family of the medical staff. So these were two events. So as mentioned, last week, the Prime Minister also attended another event, which was the 36th ASEAN Summit, and his spokesperson mentioned this on last Friday, which was held via teleconference. In the meeting, the Prime Minister highlighted three proposals for ASEAN as a community on how ASEAN could recover and advance in the post-COVID pandemic era. The first is, of course, that it's essential that ASEAN reconnect on their terms of policy, in terms of their promotion of business recovery, resumption of international travel throughout the region. Of course, through the relaxation of restrictions and mutually agreed health guidelines. That's the first. The second is he emphasized about the internal economic and digital strength building through the various frameworks and investment in digital infrastructure. The third is that ASEAN should work together to formulate the recovery plan to synergize resilience building. Thailand, of course, is ready to exchange experience and best practices and other knowledge to the ASEAN partners. These best practices would also include the homegrown sufficiency economy philosophy. So that's the activities of the Prime Minister that I highlighted. Most important, of course, is the CCSA general meeting this morning that he chaired. In this briefing just now, we also had the Permanent Secretary of Public Health. He highlighted some information, such as that we are on the 35th day already of having no local infection. The cases of imported cases in the past 35 days, all of them the patients are all well treated. Those who have COVID are all well treated. And right now, we're in the stage that we are resuming normal activities. The Permanent Secretary of Public Health also highlighted about the availability of the medicines needed to treat COVID, as well as the medical equipment and the hospital facilities. It's all sufficient. He also highlighted the vaccine production capacity in the future, the research for that there is now cooperation with 3 other countries, Thailand plus 3 other countries, and most likely we will be ready to produce the vaccine for COVID in mid-2021 with a capacity of up to 30 million dose per dosage. And turning to the general situation for today, first to recap over the weekend, because we did not have a briefing over the weekend. On Saturday and Sunday, no new cases nor fatalities reported, with 102 new recoveries over the weekend. For today, we have, as you see on the slide, 7 new cases, all imported cases, and all placed into the state quarantine system. For the 7, 6 are from Thai nationals repatriating back from India, and 1 is a Thai national repatriating back from the United States. All of them are undergoing treatment and were detected as being COVID positive on the 26th and 28th of June, respectively. So 7 new cases reported for today. The important number is that 58 are still being treated. So active still having COVID, rather. 58 people are still having COVID in Thailand and treated in hospitals. The number of 3,000 that you see on screen, of course, that's cumulative. I'm not sure if that would, it's just for indicative purposes. And recovered, of course, 3,053. That's over 96% now. So that's just a tally of keeping track of what's happening. But for those currently still today positive with COVID is 58. It's exactly the same number, of course, as the fatalities you see on screen. So hoping that the 58 will recover very soon, and the number of recoveries will meet the number of total cases in Thailand. So over the weekend, there were reports of that news outlets, some reported that the second wave hitting several countries around the world. Of course, despite the rigorous efforts, we have to maintain our vigilance. The virus could remain dormant and undetectable in a long period of time. We also have some issues about the work of the Thai embassies and the repatriation flights. We have some slides on that for you coming up. The repatriation flights for today and tomorrow, you see on screen, that is still going on for nationals returning from 68 countries and territories. The work of the Thai embassies continue. Of course, we have an image coming up from the Royal Thai Embassy in Washington, assisting the repatriation flight of 39 nationals. Some images there, and also Royal Thai Embassy in Dhaka, Bangladesh, with the ambassador there sending off 89 Thai nationals on their return flight on the 25th of June. And as always, we show images of compassion, of people helping each other during this time. That is still continuing. One image that we have for you today is the Indian community in Thailand is one such good example. The VHP Thailand Association carried out philanthropist activities to assist and contribute to the well-being of people in certain areas, both Thais and foreign citizens. In the past 9 weeks, the association helped out several thousand families in recovering and coping with the pandemic. So we extend our gratitude to all civil society groups doing this kind of work, which is very commendable and very compassionate. And thank you for the association for the images, which is available, of course, on social media. So finally, just concluding notes, saying again that it's very important to cooperate in maintaining all of the standards. The 5+1 measures, as you recall, and we mention often, remain essential. So that's on screen for you right now. Yes. So hoping that the numbers will be getting better in the case of Thailand. And of course, the CCSA meetings, results and resolutions will still have to be worked out in terms of the practical implementation. And as mentioned, as highlighted, the emergency decree that's confirmed to be extended until the end of July, so that the work to rid off COVID from the country will be complete and 100%. And we hope that all of you will continue to give your cooperation. Of course, with the emergency decree in July, the spokesperson highlighted, it doesn't really make a difference in everyday life. Perhaps you will not be able to notice it in any case, but it will enable and help the authorities to be able to perform certain measures that will keep us all safe. Hope that we will continue to be safe in the month ahead and in the months after that. So thank you very much again for your cooperation. Have a very pleasant afternoon and สวัสดีครับ
ครับขอบพระคุณนะครับ